I woke up to a miracle today. Triggers stay as I find my way. No judgment to lead astray. In this peaceful state I'll stay.
Welcome back, everyone. Have you ever felt just completely caught up, trapped in spiraling thoughts or just the chaos of life?
That feeling of being stuck.
Exactly. Well, today we're exploring a really powerful idea from the course, Lesson 202. It offers this surprising, almost immediate way out. I will be still an instant and go home.
And our focus today is really unpacking how that single instant of stillness isn't just a pleasant thought, but a genuine direct path to freedom.
Even when everything outside and maybe inside too is just noise.
Absolutely.
Now, this is part of our review series, looking back at Lesson 182 specifically. And the reminder for today, the anchor thought is, I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me.
We're going to delve into what home really signifies here, and maybe more importantly, how you can actually access it, regardless of what's going on around you.
We're so glad you're continuing with us through these reviews. They really do deepen the understanding, don't they?
They certainly do. And hearing from you, hearing your own experiences as these ideas land, that's been wonderful. If you feel moved to share, please do reach out. The email is acim@theworldharmonyproject.org.
Or you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Just search for @TheWorldHarmonyProject.
Okay, so let's start with the lesson itself. Lesson 202.
Lesson 202. I am not a body, I am free.
For I am still as God created me.
I will be still an instant and go home.
Why would I choose to stay an instant more where I do not belong when God himself has given me his voice to call me home?
That word home, it really resonates, doesn't it?
It's incredibly potent here. It's pointing away from a physical place, obviously, and towards a state of being, a state we uncover when we let go of those illusions of being separate, alone.
It's such a concise lesson, yet it feels so packed. That question hangs in the air. Why would I choose to stay?
And notice the gentleness. It's not asking, why are you still here,
Right.
in a critical way.
No, it's more like a reminder. You actually don't belong in that suffering. You have another option.
The Course is always gentle in that way. It's not about fault. It's about remembering. Remembering that peace, that truth, our connection, what the Course calls our oneness with God. It's always right here, accessible in just an instant of stillness.
I find that stillness often comes unexpectedly, like in the middle of just pure chaos. If I can just pause for a second, there's this sudden recognition. Oh, wait, this tension, this story I'm spinning, this isn't actually me.
That's it. That's the shift. And the voice of the lesson mentions the Holy Spirit, our right mind. It doesn't yell. It doesn't push.
It's just there.
Always available. It's a constant, quiet invitation. We're the ones who decide how long we linger in that feeling of being away from it, away from home.
I know for a long time I looked for home in results. Peace would come when this problem was solved, or when my schedule finally opened up, or
But everything outside lined up perfectly.
right. But this lesson flips that. It says you don't need to wait. Home is right here, now.
And accessing it, for me at least, isn't usually about trying hard to be still. It's more like realizing the stillness is already there, underneath all the mental noise.
Underneath the reaction.
Exactly. The moment I stop chasing a certain feeling or stop needing to defend my position on something, boom. There it is. It's a letting go, not an adding on.
That feels like a really important distinction, which brings us back to the main review idea. I am not a body, I am free.
If the body isn't our true home, if it's not where we fundamentally live,
Then our identity isn't tied to it. And the ego, that part of us constantly seeking relief or validation out there, that's not our true self either.
so think about what else isn't home then. Anxiety. Not home. The stories we tell ourselves about who we are, our diagnoses, shame, even pride, actually, none of those are our true address.
So stillness becomes like a compass needle, always pointing back towards that truth, towards home.
That's a lovely way to see it.
So as we revisit these lessons, it's a chance to see what's shifted since the first time around. Have any of you listening noticed new insights with this one? For me, thinking back on lesson 182, home has shown up in really unexpected places, not just quiet meditation times.
Oh, where? Can you give an example?
Sure. Just recently, there was a moment my kid was having a meltdown. The house was a wreck. I was hungry, overwhelmed. My mind was just racing.
Sounds familiar.
Totally. But instead of just getting swept away or numbing out, I managed to take that mental step back. Just for an instant. It wasn't planned. It was almost desperation.
A need for relief.
Yes. And in that tiny pause, it was like I caught a glimpse of something else, something quieter, truer, underneath all the drama. Just a flash of stillness.
Those flashes can change everything, can't they? They break the spell. I had something similar happen walking home from an event I hadn't really enjoyed.
Yeah.
My mind was just churning. What I should have said differently, how I probably looked, did I fit in? You know that loop?
Oh, I know that loop well.
And then I passed this little quiet patch of trees along the sidewalk. And I just consciously decided to let go of the anxiety I was gripping so tightly. The thought just came, you can go home now. And it created this space.
That's exactly it. That space. And that's what these reviews feel like sometimes. Not learning brand new information, but just remembering something that's always been available.
Rediscovering it. And that connects directly back to, I am not a body, I am free. Because if stillness is always an option, and if home is this internal return to truth,
then we aren't fundamentally trapped by our physical form or our immediate circumstances. Our essence isn't bound.
that's the freedom the lesson is really pointing towards, isn't it? We don't need our bodies or our moods or our situations to be perfect before we can access that freedom.
It comes from remembering who we are, not from fixing everything we perceive as wrong.
Exactly. Remembering, not fixing.
Okay, so we got a really good question from a listener about this. They asked, this sounds like I'm supposed to just ignore bad things. But sometimes people are awful. Isn't it normal to get upset?
And that's a completely fair question. The Course isn't asking us to pretend difficult things don't happen or that feelings aren't valid. Painful experiences are real within this dream we're in.
It doesn't ask for denial.
No. This is where a metaphor can be really helpful. Think about a spark versus a wildfire.
Okay.
The spark is the initial event. Someone says something unkind or does something unfair. That first flash of feeling, maybe anger or hurt, shock, that's the spark. It's natural. It happens.
Right, that initial sting.
That initial sting.
Yeah.
But then comes the potential wildfire. That's what our minds do next.
The piling on.
Yes. The thoughts we add. The stories, the judgments, the righteousness, replaying it over and over. They always do this. I should have said that. How dare they?
And suddenly that little spark is a raging forest fire inside.
Exactly. So what lesson 182 and this review in 22 offers is a choice point. It's not saying you have to magically extinguish the spark or forget it happened.
It's saying you don't have to feed the flames.
You have the power to stop fueling the wildfire. You can choose not to let it spread and consume your peace.
So yeah, feeling the spark, feeling upset, initially, that's human, that's okay. But peace is still available. We can be still an instant and go home.
You can pause before the wildfire takes hold. That tiny moment of stillness, that's returning home.
Okay, so for those times when you feel that inner fire starting to build, you notice the thoughts escalating, the emotions rising. Let's walk through a really practical sort of 5-step practice you can use right then and there.
Step 1 is simply notice the spark.
Just identify it. Okay, that felt sharp, or wow, that hurt. Let it be a spark. Don't push it away. But crucially, don't immediately follow where it wants to lead you.
Step 2, pause before the story starts.
This is key. The wildfire really ignites with the explanations, the blame, the justifications. Try to interrupt that knee-jerk reaction. Maybe just acknowledge, okay, I don't actually know what this means yet. Create that little bit of space.
Step 3, say the lesson to yourself.
Even if you're still feeling that spark, just internally repeat, I will be still an instant and go home. It's an intention, not necessarily a description of how you feel yet.
Step 4, picture the fire fading.
This can be really powerful. Maybe you visualize a small flame inside just dimming, going out. Or imagine dry grass that could catch fire, but the spark just fizzles. A quiet mental image.
And step 5, ask for help.
silently, internally. Something simple like, Holy Spirit, please help me see this differently, or help me not carry this any further. I want peace more than I want this story. Just that one thought invites another perspective.
Experiencing the spark isn't a sign you failed at this. It just means you're navigating the world. There's plenty of kindling out there.
But the Course gives us this incredible ability, the choice, to not let every spark become a blaze.
And even if you find yourself right in the middle of the wildfire, consumed by the thoughts and feelings, it's still not too late. Stillness is always just one instant away.
That's home, waiting.
So the main thing to take away from our discussion today, perhaps, is that stillness isn't something you have to chase down or earn or wait for perfect conditions to find.
You don't need permission for it. You don't have to stay stuck in that mental place of upset or isolation.
The voice calling you home, that inner knowing, it speaks now. It doesn't wait for you to feel physically comfortable or mentally calm. Home is just remembering who you are.
Right.
And knowing you are remembered.
Maybe a practice to try today or this week. The very next time you feel that inner disturbance starting, that mental fire beginning to catch, just say to yourself, this isn't where I live.
I can be still an instant and go home. Use whatever words feel right. Just sit with that intention for a moment, even if nothing seems to shift immediately, even if the mind keeps buzzing. That stillness is still there, accessible.
Tomorrow, we'll continue with Lesson 203, and it's another beautiful, empowering one. I am the Holy Son of God Himself. Really looking forward to that.
Yes, join us for that. Until then.
Remember where you truly live. You are not a body.